How's it hanging, YouTube? This is the dude, Intergalactic Brew, and I'm here to give y'all my predictions for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. It's going to be some great matchups tomorrow, and I am so excited. I'm too excited. And the first two games that I'm going to be talking about are in the NFC. We're going to go to the NFC first, since that's, my division. That's where my home team is. So I'm going to touch on the NFC division, divisional matchups first, and then probably maybe tomorrow or possibly later on tonight I'll touch on the AFC. But we got two good matchups coming up tomorrow. The first matchup I want to talk about is going to be the one that's going to happen at 1:30 on Fox, and one game that I will be paying very close attention to, and a game that I'm really excited about, and that, of course, is the New Orleans AINTS taking on the San Francisco 49ers. It's basically two division champions going head to head. The San Francisco 49ers, as we know, won the NFC West, and of course, unfortunately, the New Orleans AINTS won the NFC South. But basically, this game is going to be simple. It's going to be offense versus defense. Now, not counting out San Francisco's offense, because San Francisco's offense is really good. I'm really impressed at how Jim Harbaugh has coached this team and has just kept this team so psychologically strong, and has brought like a different attitude and just a whole different presence compared to what Singletary brought last season, and it has done wonders. I mean, this is probably the best season I've probably seen from the 49ers in a while. This is probably the best this team has looked since Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Like, real talk. So, big ups to Jim Harbaugh, man. Doing his thing. But basically, the game plan is simple here. The 49ers are going to have to find a way to get Drew Brees on the ground and limit his opportunities to surgically dissect that San Francisco defense. It's pretty much it. And I mean, the blueprint is there. I mean, if those defensive tackles and their front four or front seven, or how many they have up front, if they can get pressure from the middle on Brees and throw his timing off, or even possibly sack him, that will basically take New Orleans out of the game. Because, as I've said it time and time again, Brees is the heartbeat. He is the cornerstone of that offense. And if he is not operating, that offense does not operate either. So, if the 49ers can get off to a good start, taking Brees, out of his rhythm early, then I don't see any reason why they shouldn't win this game. Now, as far as defense is concerned, I'm not really worried about the 49ers on offense, because as we've seen throughout this year, at least in certain games, that the New Orleans defense, especially that secondary, is oh so vulnerable. I mean, it's almost to the fact like they're almost like prostitutes. They're so vulnerable. I mean, seriously. I mean, they're one of the lowest rated secondaries in the league in pass defense. So if Alex Smith and that offensive line can get some good protection and allow Alex Smith to set his feet and get the ball out to Crabtree and Davis and and all the rest of those receivers, then this should be dart practice for him. And I know there's going to be some AINTS fans that are going to come on here, jumping down my throat. I don't care. Please do. But yeah, I mean, if that O-line can block for Alex Smith, and if they can get Frank Gore going to set up Alex Smith for what he has to do with those receivers and tight ends, I don't see why San Francisco doesn't beat these guys. And I mean, if you look at it, whenever the 49ers have gone up against New Orleans, they've had pretty good success. I mean, even though last time these two teams met, New Orleans got the best of them on that day. But I think with an improved offense and an improved defense, I think the 49ers are ready for New Orleans this time. Now, as much as I hate the Saints, I mean, they do have a chance of winning this game. I mean, I give credit where credit is due. I'm not, counting Drew Brees out at any moment or, in any way. But, at the same time, I just feel, that, number one, the Saints on the road, they don't play as well as they do at home. Now, if this was in the Superdome, okay, I would probably give just a slight edge to the Saints. But being that this is on the road, we've all seen how the Saints have been exposed on the road. I mean, granted, they've won some road games, but I mean, come on. They've got off to extremely slow starts on the road. I mean, if you want to go back to the St. Louis game, if you want to go back to the Carolina game, I mean, New Orleans is just a different team on the road. And I know a lot of Saints fans are not going to be able to deal with that, and I don't care. The truth is the truth. Your team stinks on the road, and, they start off incredibly slow. And that's just that. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. But the proof is in the pudding. So, there you go. But I'm sure that crowd at Candlestick Stadium is going to be rowdy. They're going to be off the chain. They're going to be right on top of Drew Brees and that offense. So, Brees is going to have to find out some way to communicate with his players on offense. And he's going to have to do something really, really spectacular to quiet that crowd early. Because they're fired up, trust me. I mean, this is their first playoff appearance since 2002, I believe. They're sitting really, really good right now at the number 2 seed, and they're at home, so they're basically gonna have all the motivation in the world, But so yeah, like I said, the defensive line and the defensive front needs to get off to a quick start. As far as the secondary goes for the 49ers, I forgot to touch on that. For the 49ers secondary, they must play these guys physical. They have to be physical with these receivers. Especially Jimmy Graham. Because that's going to be the primary target that Drew Brees is going to go to. And they have to keep Darren Sproles contained. And like I said, man, they just gotta rough these guys up, pretty much. So if these if this secondary of the 49ers can step up and be physical and keep Sproles contained, and oh yeah, another important thing, they gotta get turnovers. They have got to win, the turnover battle, so to speak, in this game. The 49ers do. I mean, if they can get some early turnovers, then their chances will greatly increase in winning this game. But you know what? I mean, like I said, I'm not counting New Orleans out. As much as I don't like them, I do respect them. But I just think, being how they've looked on the road, I don't trust them. I just don't trust them for some reason. Especially what happened last year in the playoffs. I know y'all AINTS fans remember that. And, that could happen again. Y'all could just be reliving a nightmare instead of a dream. Because Frank Gore, he's like 20 times powerful the running back that Marshawn Lynch was. So we'll see. We'll see how that how their defensive front handles him. But you know what? I just got a gut feeling that San Francisco is going to seize this moment. And, I can see them winning a close game. It'll probably come down to the fourth quarter. And it'll probably come down, to possessions. And, of course, winning the line of scrimmage and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think this game's going to come down to the last quarter. And for some reason, I just believe that the 49ers are going to pull this thing out. So, sorry, AINTS fans. You better enjoy this moment while you can, because after this game, it's going to be your last, just like last year. So I'm picking the 49ers over the Saints, and that's that. Okay, next game I want to talk about. Now this one is going to be a goodie, as my New Yorker, or I should say, as my New York pals would say. This one's going to be a goodie. The New York Giants, I still can't stand y'all motherfuckers, but the New York Giants going up against the Green Bay Packers. This game, this is gonna really show. This is gonna really show if Eli Manning is truly deserving of being in that elite category of quarterbacks. We're gonna really see what Eli Manning is made of. We're really gonna see. And if Eli Manning can pull it out, hey, good for him. He's back in the elite. But I mean, they're going up to Lambeau Field, man. That's just like the danger zone up there for a lot of teams, and it has been throughout the season. Because I mean, the Packers, they're good on the road, but they're great at home, and that's terrifying when you look at that. So basically what this game is going to come down to is, can Eli Manning take advantage of his openings? Because I mean, yeah, granted, the defense for the Packers has not looked as good as they did last year. But one thing about it, when you're a world champion, you're going to find opportunities to make plays and win games. And that's what the Packers defense does, I should say. They find opportunities and they take advantage of them. So Eli Manning needs to be aware of that. Don't let their I should say, how can I say it, half-stepping performances this season fool you. Because after all, this is the playoffs, and these are the world champions. So yeah, they're gonna do what they do. But I think if Eli was smart, I think that they would run the ball a lot in this game, pretty much how they did the last game. But yeah, if the Giants expect to walk out of Lambeau with a win, they need to run the ball to set up the pass. I mean, pretty much simple logic, as it is with every running team. And like I said, Eli needs to look for his openings and get the ball out to his receivers. Point blank, period. Now, as far as like the Giants secondary is concerned, I don't know. I just don't know. Because they've given up a lot of big plays this season. And what makes this so bad is they're going up to Aaron Rodgers' house, and they're going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers in the flesh. So, Giants secondary, good luck with that. Hope you fared decent. But yeah, I mean, so basically this is what it's going to come down to is, you know, can the Giants capitalize where the Packers are weakest? And really, in my opinion, I don't really see it happening. I mean, you know, for some reason, I just can't see them winning in Lambeau. I mean, they had their chance when they played them at home, but I think that was probably the closest they were going to get to beating the Packers. So I think that, you know, the Packers will end up, you know, winning this game. I'm not going to say easily, but I say it's going to be a fairly, you know, it's just going to be a win for the Packers. Yeah, there you go. That's my predictions for the NFC Divisional round. So, y'all enjoy, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.